From AI-generated insights to human-reviewed accuracy, this is Neural Newscast, keeping you informed every day.
Neural Newscast Global. I'm Andrew Lindbeck. Today is October 4th, 2025. For political insight, here's what's new. UK Conservative leader signals the party would pull Britain from the ECHR if it wins the next election. A major right shift. Cassandra Joyce has more on this.
The Conservative Party signals a hard line on human rights law. Business and Trade Secretary Kemi Badenoch says the UK will leave the European Convention on Human Rights if the Conservatives win the next general election. That pledge targets immigration policy, especially removals and border control. Supporters argue ECHR rulings constrain Parliament's sovereignty and stall enforcement. Critics warn withdrawal risks rights protections, Northern Ireland's 1998 settlement, and international standing. Legal scholars note the UK could still keep domestic rights laws, but outcomes remain contested. This is one perspective in a wider debate over borders, courts, and treaty obligations.
Sanae Takaichi appears set to become Japan's first female prime minister, raising questions about policy direction and gender progress. Monica Kellen joins us with the latest.
Sanae Takaichi is poised to become Japan's first female prime minister, a historic first in Tokyo. The longtime conservative cites Margaret Thatcher as an inspiration. Supporters say her focus on fiscal discipline, defense, and industrial policy signals continuity and resolve. Critics, including some women's groups, argue her stance on gender equity and family policy is cautious, not transformational. That debate reflects one perspective in a broader discussion about how to advance equality in Japan's workforce and politics. Allies stress stability and deterrence amid regional tensions, while opponents call for faster reforms on childcare, pay gaps, and representation.
The Federal Election Commission has dwindled to 2 members, leaving enforcement and oversight stalled during a major spending cycle. Updates from around the globe are next. Mediators review a U.S.-backed Gaza truce proposal as Hamas responds, but key gaps remain on ceasefire terms and governance. Sarah Wheaton has more on this.
Hamas sends a significant response to a U.S.-backed Gaza ceasefire plan, but key gaps remain. Mediators in Egypt and Qatar review the proposal, which links a phased truce to hostage releases and increased aid. Israel signals it will examine the details while keeping military pressure. The plan envisions an initial 6-week pause, prisoner exchanges, and reopening border crossings for humanitarian relief. Crucial questions persist on the permanence of the ceasefire, Israeli troop withdrawals, and Gaza governance. U.S. officials urge momentum, saying the framework can stop the fighting if parties commit.
Israel and Hamas both say they will engage with a U.S. ceasefire proposal, but major disputes could block a lasting deal.
Hey there, this is Chad Thompson, founder of Neural Newscast. If Neural Newscast helps you feel more informed, I invite you to explore more of what we do. For all our shows, including deep dives and special reports, visit neuralnewscast.com.
From gadgets to breakthroughs, here's what's new. AI data centers are consuming global memory and storage supplies, driving up prices and straining tech supply chains worldwide. Kara Swift reports on this story.
Global AI data centers are devouring memory chips and storage drives, driving prices higher. Demand for high-bandwidth memory, SSDs, and DRAM outpaces supply by wide margins. Chip makers divert lines to AI parts, squeezing PCs, phones, and cloud budgets. Enterprises pay more per terabyte and delay upgrades. Consumers feel it in pricier laptops and slower cloud storage tiers. Analysts warn of multi-year shortages and elevated prices through the decade. One chip executive puts it plainly: AI eats bandwidth. The stakes are huge for costs, innovation speed, and who can afford cutting-edge computing.
Chinese EV maker XPeng's rapid growth and new models pose fresh competition for established automakers and tech firms. Here's Benjamin Carter with more.
Chinese EV maker XPeng surges into the global spotlight. The 12-year-old company projects more than 400,000 car sales in 2025, more than double last year. Demand is led by the $17,000 Mona M03 and a new $30,700 luxury sedan. Shares more than double this year as XPeng nears its first profitable quarter. The rise puts XPeng neck and neck with Hyundai among the top EV sellers. The impact is clear. Aggressive pricing and rapid innovation pressure Detroit and Silicon Valley. This is Benjamin Carter for Neural Newscast.
A look at jobs, markets, and money. California has approved a new framework allowing gig drivers to unionize and bargain without being classified as employees. I'm joined by Ethan Wells.
California clears the way for gig drivers to unionize, marking a major shift in labor rights. Lawmakers approve a measure that lets ride-hail and delivery workers collectively bargain without reclassifying them as employees. The bill emerges from a compromise with companies like Uber and Lyft. It creates a statewide council to negotiate pay standards, benefits, and safety rules. Supporters say it gives hundreds of thousands of drivers a voice. The framework could become a model for other states looking to regulate app-based work.
A federal budget bill halts outreach to help low-income seniors enroll in Medicare assistance programs, raising concerns about rising costs. Let's hear from Jason Miller.
A new federal budget bill suspends an effort to enroll more low-income seniors in Medicare assistance programs. President Donald Trump signs the bill, halting outreach aimed at helping retirees cover premiums and co-pays. The pause affects programs like Medicare savings programs and Extra Help, which lower prescription and Part B costs. Advocates warn more retirees live on fixed incomes as health costs rise. States and community groups lose a tool to connect eligible seniors to benefits, increasing out-of-pocket burdens. This is Jason Miller for Neural Newscast.
From the Environment Desk, here's what's new. Storm force gusts up to 85 miles per hour cut power and close roads across parts of Wales, prompting travel and rail suspensions. Now, Samuel Green joins us.
Hurricane force gusts up to 85 miles per hour batter Wales, knocking out power to hundreds. Crews report fallen trees and damaged lines from Pembrokeshire to Swansea. A section of the M4 shuts after debris makes driving dangerous. Rail operators suspend services on blocked routes, stranding commuters. A ferry circles offshore, unable to berth safely in high seas. The Met Office issues weather warnings and urges only essential travel. Emergency teams work overnight to restore electricity and clear roads as conditions slowly ease.
Indigenous Maya groups in Yucatan protest a planned Heineken plant, warning that industrial water use threatens local communities. I'm joined by Stephen Summers.
Indigenous Maya groups in Yucatan protest a new Heineken brewery, citing scarce water and cultural risk. In Merida, marchers with Mush Zinbol chant, "It's not a drought, it's plunder," and carry signs reading, "Water is not for sale." They say families already struggle for access and fear industrial wells will deepen shortages. The plant, announced in June for Canison near Merida, follows other megaprojects, including large pig farms and the Maya train. Protesters urge authorities to prioritize water, health, and land over profit. This is Stephen Summers for Neural Newscast.
Let's turn to health news. A young mom is surprised when early screening discovers cancer, highlighting the value of early detection and family history discussions. I'm joined by Laura Navarro.
A young mom gets a life-changing result after an early breast cancer screening. Michaela Del Barrio worries about her family's history, schedules an assessment, and doctors find cancer sooner than expected. She feels stunned, but early detection opens options and time. Her story underscores a simple step. Talk to your doctor about family risk, start screening earlier if advised, and keep regular checkups. Early testing saves lives.
Physical therapists recommend 5 gentle daily stretches to relieve low back pain and encourage movement for desk workers. I'm joined by Isabella Wright.
Low back pain strikes up to 80% of us at some point. You're not stuck. Gentle daily movement helps. A physical therapist recommends 5 basics: kneaded chest holds, child's pose, cat-cow, figure 4 hip stretch, and a standing back bend. Move slowly. Breathe. Hold 20 to 30 seconds. Repeat 2 to 3 times. If you sit for hours, stand and walk every 30 to 60 minutes. We have muscles there. Use them, the therapist says. This is Isabella Wright for Neural Newscast.
Global stories shaping our world. Utah may face huge legal bills as Tyler Robinson, accused in an assassination attempt, qualifies for public defense in a capital case. Let's hear from Nathaniel Cohen.
Utah faces a massive legal bill to defend Tyler Robinson, the man prosecutors allege attempted to assassinate conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Criminal defense experts say costs could reach 8 figures, driven by capital case standards, security, and extensive pretrial work. Robinson qualifies for a public defender, shifting expenses to taxpayers. The case likely involves multiple investigators, expert witnesses, and lengthy court hearings. Prosecutors must meet strict deadlines while the defense prepares mitigation. One attorney warns these cases can consume budgets, underscoring the high stakes for Utah. This is Nathaniel Cohen for Neural Newscast.
Now, let's share the latest in entertainment. Sean Diddy Combs faces legal scrutiny, and commentators warn that public appearances before sentencing could hurt his case. Lydia Holmes joins us with the latest.
Legal scholar Alan Dershowitz says Sean Diddy Combs makes a stupid and arrogant move by planning public speaking events before sentencing. Combs faces 50 months in prison on prostitution charges. Dershowitz, who advised O.J. Simpson's defense, says judges expect remorse and restraint before sentencing. He warns high-profile appearances could signal defiance and risk a harsher outcome. Combs's case draws intense scrutiny after months of legal turmoil. The hearing date is pending, and defense strategy now becomes a central question.
Industry insiders say Sean Diddy Combs may face fines, prison, and brand fallout as testimony damages his reputation. Isabella Wright reports on this story.
Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs faces a harsh new reality: public shunning and legal fallout. Industry insiders say court testimony alleging abusive behavior has damaged his reputation. Brands distance themselves. Collaborators go quiet. Lawyers warn of possible prison time and hefty fines. His legacy, once platinum bright, now looks tarnished. One former associate sums it up: the party's over.
Updates from the world of athletics. Manchester United face Sunderland today at Old Trafford, with manager Ruben Amorim addressing sack rumors ahead of the match. Thomas Golding has more on this.
Manchester United face Sunderland at Old Trafford today in a high-pressure Premier League test. United seek a response after a 2-1 defeat at Brentford, with manager Ruben Amorim addressing sack rumors. He says, "I'm focused on results, urging calm." Newly promoted Sunderland chase a statement result. United lean on home form and senior leaders, while Sunderland target early control. The result shapes momentum and pressure heading into a crowded December schedule. This is Thomas Golding for Neural Newscast.
That wraps our headlines for this edition of NNC Daily News. For more, visit neuralnewscast.com and follow us wherever you listen.
Thanks for tuning in to Neural Newscast. Stay curious, stay informed, and visit nnewscast.com for more daily news and fascinating stories from history. At Neural Newscast, we mix real voices with AI-generated ones to bring you fast, high-quality news. Every story is created with AI but reviewed by humans to keep things accurate and fair. While we do our best to prevent mistakes, AI isn't perfect, so double-check key facts with trusted sources. Want to know more about our AI process? Head to nnewscast.com.